All right, so it's been a little over 2 years now since Pokemon Sword and Shield first release. Now, contrary to the at least vocal majority that I've seen, I actually really enjoyed this game. And enjoying a game doesn't mean that you don't notice its flaws. There's a lot of problems with Sword and Shield, but overall, I'd say, especially in the recent decade, which is a lot to say, but it's probably the most fun that I've had in a Pokemon game post main story, as in basically the post game, just things to do after you're done with the main story. I had a lot of fun with it. I think this game has a very amazing way of making sure that you're still, interested in the content once you're done with the main storyline. I was there doing Dynamax raids with the homies, FFAs. I know FFAs are in other games, but this is the first year that the first game that I actually started doing them. Wi-Fi battles were really fun with the way that they handled the online ladder. I overall had an amazing time on this game. Now, before we begin this video on what I still don't know exactly where we're gonna be taking this approach, I want to know your opinions on Sword and Shield. How do you feel about this game? Now that it's had enough time to sit, do you really think the game is bad? If so, please tell me why. I want to know exactly what it is. I've seen a lot of opinions on this game and why a lot of people don't like it. The graphics could be better, even though in my opinion, I love Pokemon's graphical style and I think this game looks great. The music, in my opinion, is absolutely amazing. The Battle Tower theme from Toby Fox is just probably one of my favorite Pokemon themes of all time. The characters are lovable. I honestly don't see that many problems with some of the main issues that I've seen a lot of people have, but of course, opinions are opinions, so you're more than free to disagree with me. But anyways, I kind of just want to run around this world, this save file that I have, check out some of the things in this game that I really enjoyed, just kind of see how it's kind of aged now, because it's been 2 years and I don't think I've touched this game in probably about a year now. It's 2022 and the last time I played this is probably later into 2020. So it's been a minute. Anyways, before we begin the video, y'all know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, put the notifications on. Would really mean a lot. Also, if you want to go even a step further and being able to support me to help me make more content and improve the content on this channel, please consider becoming a member. Obviously, don't feel forced to by any means, but it really does help a lot. There's a couple cool perks as well, so definitely check it out. But anyways, let's begin. So I'll be honest, when I think of Sword and Shield and what I really found the most enjoyment with this game on, it was probably the competitive scene. I know, right? The competitive scene in this game was actually pretty atrocious, especially later on. But early on in the meta, it was really fun. And the reason it was so fun was because of how chaotic it was. Dynamax as a feature is incredibly garbage and probably should never have been conceived by mankind. However, it still was. And just because of how chaotic and horrible it was in a competitive metagame, it had some of the most fun and enjoyable moments. Over this entire competitive scene, me and my friend Jacob, we bonded very heavily over these games because we did a bunch of competitive together. We climbed the ladder constantly over and over using as many fun mods as we could. We got to I think the 1800s in Showdown by using a Togedemaru. As you can see right here on my team, I have Bonga. This mod is so damn fun. It has such a cool little mini niche because of how broken Alolan, Galarian Darmanitan was in this game. And honestly, I just had so much fun in this metagame until the Clefable era. I'm not gonna talk about that, but early on, when you could use Dynamax, when the game was extremely unbalanced, I had a lot of fun. Also, doing Wi-Fi battles was very fun. FFAs, dude, I have nothing but love for FFAs. All of these Pokemon in these boxes were pretty much made for FFAs. I want to see if I can show, look at this, dude. Look at this. I got Chugga right here, bro. Y'all trying to see Chugga? What y'all know about Chugga? No. Hold on, wrong button. Wrong button. Hold on. Let me show y'all Chugga real quick. Look at this sucker, bro. Big Chugga. Oh my gosh. I had so much fun in these Wi-Fi battles and stuff. I did also do some Wi-Fi battle videos, which didn't do too terribly, actually. Some people did enjoy those, and I still do get asked to make Wi-Fi battles and such like that to this day. And honestly, I think I probably would if the metagame like actually still kind of existed. Don't get me wrong, it does exist, but nobody really plays competitive on this game anymore, which kind of makes sense. I guess they still do it on Showdown, but honestly, there's something that's just so endearing about playing competitive on a 3D game that's as beautiful as Sword and Shield, in my opinion. Also, I do want to mention this, but the battle timer in this game is the worst thing I've ever seen. Why does that exist? We're in 2022. This game came out in 2019. I don't care if this game came out in 2010. That shouldn't exist. Also, I think another like really sick addition to this game was the Isle of Armor. Now, this is something completely different, right? Because this is when we start entering territory on where I started actually getting annoyed by this game, because I did not, bro, can I get into the freaking train? All right, here we are. But I actually did not enjoy the DLCs other than the Isle of Armor, right? I guess I should have just said I didn't really enjoy Crown Tundra. The main reason why, I never even finished it. The main reason why is I just did not like the idea, or I guess I could say like the concept of paying $15 for a DLC that doesn't really bring a cool and interesting story. I think honestly, the DLCs in this game should not have been paid for what little addition they added. You could like have your own opinion on it, but at the end of the day, you did spend $30 for 2 extensions to the game, which weren't really that long. Like, I think I finished the Isle of Armor in 2-3 hours, which I guess isn't too terrible, but when you really think about the content that was integrated into these DLCs, it really didn't feel that substantial. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Am I actually getting my point across the right way? I hope I am. I love the addition of Kubfu. I loved the whole like style of getting that Kubfu to love you and become an Urshifu. I really like that, but I feel like there's still so much more that they could have done with the DLC. And for the price tag of $30 for both, I think they definitely could have taken it an extra mile. I do love the idea of DLCs for Pokemon though. And contrary to popular belief, I do hope we get to see some more in the future, because I do like it when we can go back to games that we enjoyed and actually get some extended content. It's a different argument to the story when it's like, oh, it should be included in this, you know, main game already. But I don't know, maybe that's just my own little unpopular opinion, but DLCs are fun. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed Isle of Armor a lot. I do wish we had more content though. Definitely more content. I really expected this like small area to be a lot bigger. I expected this to be like I expected the total size of the DLC to be as story ridden as the main story was. Maybe that was just me coming in with way too much hope. Maybe it is, but that doesn't necessarily mean that as on a criticism standpoint, I'm not allowed to make that. You could just disagree with me. I'm perfectly fine with that, but I do think there could have been some more interesting things done with the DLC, but I'm never doing Crown Tundra. You literally, I don't even think you could pay me to do it. I cannot, I literally cannot play that. And then obviously the main feature, I guess you can't really call it a feature, it's just a thing, right? The main thing about Sword and Shield that made it so beautiful is the wild area, in my opinion. I think this was just fantastic. I love the entire concept of this. Now, as much as Dynamax and Gigantamax may have been a plague for the competitive scene, I will say on an overall just non-competitive like standpoint, it was really good. I had a lot of fun doing raids, even though I'm not like as crazy about it as a lot of people actually are. Like people really love the Dynamax dens. I didn't do too many of them, but overall I think the idea of being able to even invite your friends to do like 4v1s and get those cool Pokemon, you know, you could even shiny hunt with them too, which I found really sick. There's so many things that were overall included in the wild area that made these games so much fun. And I think this, again, I say this a lot when it comes to Legends of Arceus, this what feels more of like a test in order to deem whether or not people can really would really enjoy an open world take on Pokemon. Because even though the wild area, obviously, you know, you still have that one main storyline that you're supposed to follow to a T, you can still take the game at whatever pace you want, explore the wild area at whatever pace you want. I mean, obviously you could get murdered by a level 99 Steelix, but that's your problem. So I think overall, the wild area is my favorite thing that got included in this generation. There's a lot of, again, issues that ended up right in, and I think there could have been some changes that could have been done as well, but the wild area, again, just looking back for, like, you know, in current day, looking back in the past from 2 years ago, a year ago, whatever it may be, I had an amazing time going through the wild area. I mean, even as I am here biking through the wild area again, like, there's some sort of adventure feeling that you gain from just traversing through the wild area. I don't personally see how you could actually dislike it. I think it's such a cool inclusion, and I do love the way it was handled. I think Dynamix dens are really fun. I do love as well how there's, you know, it makes sense on a logical standpoint too, because there are Pokemon here that are way over the level that you could be, but that's all a thing. Like, you gotta avoid them. You can't just fight everything and hope it'll work out. And I think, I don't know, it just feels a lot more realistic for an approach on a Pokemon game. And honestly, again, I think just playing through this game, checking out a lot of the things that I found endearing and things that made me not feel like I wasted $60 on a Pokemon game, I think that overall, there's a lot more that I enjoyed than I didn't enjoy, right? I think, again, there's a lot of problems, whether you want to say the graphics could be better because it's a price of a AAA game, and, you know, Pokemon is one of the highest grossing games of all time. In fact, it might actually be the highest one. I don't actually know the specifics on that, but there's a lot of things that come into the equation, and obviously I can always see why people would say that the games could be better, but I think overall my original opinion of me just loving and enjoying these games still stands. I love the box legendaries as well. Zacian looks freaking insane. Zamazenta looks really cool, even though I do wish they handled it better competitive wise. Again, OSTs amazing. The trainer, like the actual rivals, I was gonna originally make like a video specifically on my thoughts on Hop, but I actually really do like Hop as a character, as I feel his realistic factor is a little bit terrifying, right? You know, you have that character who's a little bit too real for a world like Pokemon, but I don't know, I really like the way the game ended up coming out. And if I'll be completely honest, I really hope Pokemon in the future maybe not make games like it, but they do take some of the parts of this game that I love so much and start executing it maybe even at a better level. I do love the entire concept of the wild area. They don't necessarily have to do something exactly like this in order to make a good game for Generation 9, but I would definitely be wrong if I didn't say I love the ability to just ride around a giant area that I've never been through before. I think there is something about that took the, you know, the adventurer inside of me to another level. Anyways though, again, I just wanted to go ahead, take a look at Sword and Shield in the future, talk to you guys a little bit, have a little bit of a discussion video on why I really enjoyed these games. There's still other things as well. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. Clara alone makes this game a 10 out of 10. Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, I'd love to hear your opinions on Sword and Shield. What are your thoughts on the game? And I want to hear your overall thoughts. I don't want to hear necessarily, I mean, you can say this as well. I don't want to necessarily hear though the issues that you found with it or the things that you fully loved on it. What's your overall opinion? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? And then after you say that, you can, you know, go into depth about it. I do want to know exactly why you didn't, or you thought they could have fixed certain things, because again, there's a lot of things that could have been fixed up in this game. And I want to make a full-on video about this later, but I do, after seeing the trailer on Legends Arceus, like the newest one, and how it has like anti-aliasing and stuff, the graphics are starting to really look like they're gonna pick up. I mean, honestly, it's taken a while, but I do think that the future of Pokemon, it's looking really good after this game. I don't know, maybe I'm just too enthusiastic of a Pokemon player. Maybe I'm just too big of a Pokemon fanboy. Honestly, I could care less. You can call me whatever you want. I think these games were really fun at the end of the day. Anyways, again, I'll see you all next time. Let me know what your thoughts on these games are. It's been 2 years, but my love for this game is still there. Honestly, I really could just play a bunch of Wi-Fi battles and FFAs, but I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. like the video if you enjoyed it. And, you know, if you want to become a member, help out the channel a little bit. It really would mean a lot. But I'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow, I might do like a reaction video. I don't know yet. But I'm finally getting back into recording. So I'll see you guys next time. Be safe. Have a good one. And I'll talk to you guys in the future. Wah!